Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, June 6th, 2023, and today was our monthly food distribution. Yesterday we had 16 volunteers come and help us pack 72 boxes, and this afternoon 8 volunteers helped us distribute and carry to the cars those 72 boxes to an estimated 46 families, representing an estimated 144 people. We have excellent volunteers. I am very grateful for their help. And they make so many of the ministries around here so much easier because they're such good and cheerful and willing volunteers, and I appreciate them. How did Jesus choose his helpers? In Mark chapter 3, verses 13 to 19, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, we see Jesus choosing his 12 special helpers. It says, afterward, Jesus went up on a mountain and called out the ones he wanted to go with him. And they came to him. Then he appointed 12 of them and called them his apostles. They were to accompany him, and he would send them out to preach, giving them authority to cast out demons. These are the 12 he chose: Simon, whom he called Peter, James and John, the sons of Zebedee, but Jesus nicknamed them sons of thunder, Andrew, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James the son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who later betrayed him. He called them out. It was both a personal and a public invitation. He called them out. And then they responded. They came to him. There was a time for them to respond. They could have each one declined, but they all accepted the call and responded. And then he appointed them. He gave them an office. He gave them a role. He gave them a task. And he designated them. He gave them a name. They will be the apostles. So there's an official setting and title given to these 12 volunteers. Then he lists their duties. Their first duty was to accompany him. They couldn't take this call and say, okay, we'll see you next week. No, they had to accompany him. And then they would be sent out to preach. But not to preach just under their own power or under their own wisdom. They were also given the authority to cast out demons. One of the attesting miracles where Jesus used to always help people understand that this was God at work was every time the gospel went into a new place, they cast out the demons, and they had the power to give release and redemption to the demon-possessed people. And it was important in this case, showing that this was God at work in the apostles, that they were given this divine power to cast out the demons. But look at who it is that he chose. The first one listed was Peter, or Simon, that he called Peter. And that one who always had something to say, whether it needed to be said or not. Then the sons of thunder, James and John. They're actually sons of Zebedee, but he called them sons of thunder because they're always making noise. He included Thomas, who would later express sincere doubt about what was going on. Matthew, otherwise called Levi, the tax collector, the Roman collaborator, he named as one of his special volunteers. Then he listed Simon the Zealot. Putting Simon the Zealot and Matthew the tax collector together in the same room was as explosive as taking any two people on opposite sides of the political spectrum and expecting them to get along. But Jesus did. He used vastly different people from different walks of life, entirely different political persuasions, and expected them to get along and work together now that they were apostles. And then, of course, Judas Iscariot, who later betrayed him. And Jesus knew he was going to betray him before it even started. What a group of 12. I'm not sure any of us would have picked the same 12. We've been scared to put 2 or 3 of those in the same group together. But yet Jesus knew what he was doing. And he knew that with his indwelling Holy Spirit, that this group of 12 could get along and get the job done in just the way they wanted him to. The strength and courage and fortitude that these men showed over the ages literally turned this world upside down. And Jesus chose them because he knew more about their potential than they themselves knew about their potential. As you choose people and you surround yourself with people and you ask people to be a part of your inner circle, be aware that God may see more in them than you do. And quite frankly, God may see more in you than you see in yourself. May you rise to the level of the potential that God sees in you. God bless you.